It makes me wonder how many of us have had like supernatural experiences, but nobody ever talks about it because it's like taboo. Well, today is going to be a story time of a supernatural experience that I've had and it's personal to me. And it makes me curious if anyone else, because I feel like some people I know have had these experiences, but obviously they're too afraid to like tell people, a lot of people just because of what people might think. They might be like, oh, that wasn't real. Like, even when, in my experience, when I was younger, like my mom was like, oh, it was, she just kind of like pushed it aside as like a childish thing, but like it was like so real. Anyways, so if you've had one of these experiences, please let me know. Drop it down in the comments. I'm so curious if we all have these experiences and we just don't know about them. So join me in my story time. Okay, so just to give like a little backup, I was raised in a Christian home. It was a very strict Christian home, just to kind of give a background. And this was on a Sunday. And I remember, I don't know if like we had people over because it was a special occasion. I just remember there was like other kids there. And this was probably when I was like 7 or 8 maybe. But there was like other kids there and we were playing in our backyard. We had like 5 acres at the time. And we were playing in the backyard and I remember I like stepped on a wasp and it was like on the bottom of my foot. So I was like dying, of course. And my mom, like, of course she like took me in the house and she like made this paste stuff that she used to make. It was like baking soda and like some other stuff. I don't know. I'm curious, like, did your guys' moms make the baking soda paste as well after like a bee sting? And I forgot to mention, this was actually a wasp. It wasn't a bee, it was a wasp. I don't know if I said that or not. But she like put it on there and like for the rest of the evening I was basically just like soaking with it. And I don't know if I'm allergic to wasps, but it was extremely itchy. And the only thing that would help would be like ice, like to basically like freeze it. Like it was so itchy. And I was probably allergic. I don't even know. Maybe that's normal for like a wasp sting, but it was like painful and itchy. So I go along and extremely painful and itchy. That night I like could not, like it was so hard for me to sleep because it was so like itchy. And so I would have to like have ice on it all the time. So I woke up in the middle of the night, I remember, and it was like itching so bad. I could not stop. Like it was so swollen and so itchy. And of course, like I didn't have any more ice. And our house was a double wide trailer. So if anyone has ever lived in a double wide trailer, it's like one section pretty much. Like the whole house is just a big rectangle. And where my room was, like if you walk straight out of my room, like you would go into the den, which was basically like a little play area, and then the dining room and then the kitchen. And the fridge was like a straight shot pretty much like into the kitchen from my room. So I like couldn't sleep. I got up, I was gonna go get more ice. And this is the scary part. So just remember, this is midnight. This is pitch black outside. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure I like saw the time on the stove when I'm pretty sure it was like 1 o'clock. I just remember it being like, I checked the time and it was in the middle of the night. Like no one would be awake at this time. So I got the ice out of the fridge and like, actually it wasn't ice. It was like a bag of frozen peas, but I turn around to go back to my room and it's like a straight shot. And I'm walking just normally, like I'm not really doing anything. I'm just getting my ice so it'll stop hurting. Walking back to my room and I'm like almost kind of halfway, like coming out of the dining room into like the den. But also like a double wide trailer, like, that's very small. Like it's not that big of a space. And all of a sudden, I get chills like talking about this. Like all of a sudden, I hear my name like out of nowhere. And it was like this really deep, like powerful, but almost like calming voice. Like I literally swear it was Jesus. Like I know, but all I heard was like Charla, like just once. And it was like not a hurried voice, like not a parent voice, if that makes sense. Like it was just so like calming and like slow, if that makes sense. It was also like not loud, but like very audible, very clear. Like there was no whispering, there was no like Charla, like there was no whispering, there was no like anger within the tone, like how you would imagine like a parent might, sound if you like were walking around in the middle of the night. But it was like very audible, very loud. I like froze for a second. Like I was like so terrified. And then like I booked it back to my room, like probably like 2 big jumps with my big long legs. And I was like in my bed. And at that time I shared a room with my older sister. She's 4 years older than me. And we had like a trundle bed. So you guys know trundle bed, there's like a twin bed on top and then there's another bed that slides underneath. And mine was like slid out, obviously. I slept on the bottom. I reached my bed and I was like Kristen, like that's my sister's name. And I was like trying to see if she was awake, because also in our house, there's no bedrooms on that side of the house besides for my parents' bedroom, which is like, theirs is kind of like on the side, because it's a double wide, there's this kind of like on the side of the kitchen, but there's like a big hallway that like separates their room, the living room, and the kitchen, and the laundry room, if that kind of makes sense. So like there was no one's rooms. I wanted to see if she was there, because like I thought, remember the voice was like clearly from behind me. Like I could hear it, like it was behind me. And so I was like checking to see if she was there, because I couldn't see. And like she didn't answer. And so I was like, Kristen, like I was like waking her up. And then she was like clearly asleep, like clearly mad at me for waking her up. And like she was like, what do you want? Like what the heck? And I was like, did you like call my name? She's like, no, what the heck? Like I've been asleep. Like, and I do have other siblings, and I think it was like I'm pretty sure my older sister Kara lived there, and my brother Kent at the time. And all of our rooms, we had 3 bedrooms, were like on that side of the house, basically. Anyways, and like she was like, no, I was sleeping. I've been sleeping this whole time. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why did you wake me up? And like then I just started freaking out. Like I was like had like chills over my whole body. Like I was like really scared. And mind you, I grew up in a Christian home, so I like do believe in the supernatural and Jesus and angels and things like that. And so in my mind, I don't know, just because the voice was like so calming, like I felt like I was able to kind of calm down in a way. Like I was like, okay, maybe it was God. Like anyways, I was able to go back to sleep basically after this. And so then in the morning, I like asked I was like, who called my name last night at breakfast? And like my brother was there, and my mom. I was like, who called my name last night? Like this wasn't like, that wasn't funny, whatever. But at the same time, like I knew in my heart, like I felt like I had a feeling. I was like, that wasn't a person. Like it was not a person. Like it didn't sound like a person. Like it wasn't a person. And like all my siblings, like my brother was like, I wasn't awake. Like what the heck? Like no one was awake. My mom was just kind of like brushing me off and like, oh, whatever, like shit. I don't even remember really what she said, but I got the feeling she didn't believe me was my thing. Anyways, and also my family, like, cause we're Christian, like, I don't know if anyone believes me, but like my siblings don't lie. Like if someone asks you like directly, like they're not gonna lie to your face. And like my siblings did play pranks on each other, but like that was not one of them. Like it was weird, number one, that it was like just my name. and not like some weird like sound. Like if my brother were trying to prank me, like he would go outside on my window and bang on my window at night. Like that's the kind of pranks he would do. He'd, like growl at me or like something like that. And like, anyways, so ever since then, like that's been like something that I like look back on and I'm like, that is a supernatural. Like if that wasn't God, I don't know what it was, you know, like, and ever since then, like I don't know. And now looking back on it, I kind of feel like it was God's way of just being like, hey, I'm real and I'm here, you know, like I do believe in Jesus and I, you know, I'm a Christian and like, it's just kind of heartwarming, but also it still gives me chills because it's like, it was so real to me and it just makes me curious, like, because I know a few other people have had like experiences kind of like that are just like, they can't explain. And I'm like curious if more people have them and we just don't admit. So now that I've shared mine, you have to share yours. No, but seriously, you should comment your story down below. I'm so curious to know if anything strange or weird or unexplainable has happened in your life. I did already do my lip liner because it's hard to do it while you're talking. But this is my Milani, hopefully I'm saying that right, Milani lip liner. I freaking love this stuff. It's over the top. It's like a plumping lip liner. I'm trying to see. Oh, it's 120. The color is 120. Yeah, this is the finished look. And don't forget to comment down below some strange stories that you've experienced. My hair is so wet. I took a shower this morning. But if you enjoyed it, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. On this channel, I go over beauty and permanent makeup tips. Also, this is kind of like a random, like, you know, supernatural video. But if you liked it, let me know and I can definitely do more. Bye!